Okay, I'm gonna get this live thing down. I'm gonna wait for you guys to come on. Hi. Oh, I don't have my glasses on. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. I'm just sharing it. Sharing it so that others can join in too. I'm going to be discussing what I do to for my health because, as you know, I take blood pressure medication, and I just am tired of taking it. And so I've been trying to go vegan ish. So I don't eat meat. I don't eat dairy for the most part. Um, I went a little buck wild after we got off our fast, and I started to. I had meat like 3 or 4 days after we got off the fast, and I was like, really? So I stopped doing that. But one of the things that I have been using that one of my girlfriends put me onto is something called food grade diatomaceous earth. And what it does is it helps to clean out your intestinal system because a lot of times when we are sick and when we have stuff going on with our health and we can't figure out lots of fresh. Yes, I put hey Sandra, I put celery when I make my smoothies. I put celery and I put parsley because those are both good for blood pressure reduction. But in the morning, before I eat anything, I drink water in the morning. So I've already, because obviously it's later in the day. Normally I do this a lot, a lot earlier in the morning. But I had this is a 32 ounce mason jar. I've already had this full of water today. But I woke up at like 6 and I did a Bible plan that we're all doing with my church together about tithing. So I did that early in the morning. I went back to sleep and then I woke back up and did more time with God because I'm really trying to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm really trying to be, trying to observe the Sabbath. And observing Saturday is like the day of rest because we like run so much throughout the week that, and then on Saturday I had something to do today that I was gonna go to this thing. If you heard me mention before, Zeal that my friend sell, it's this nutritional drink that I've actually used and it actually does work. And I'm thinking about becoming a consultant for them. They had like a seminar today, and I was gonna go. And one, I did my diatomaceous earth last night and drank a whole bunch of water, and so my stomach was like, "You ain't going nowhere." And two, I was like, wait, no, I did not. It's my Sabbath. Like, I have to observe the Sabbath and I have to be more intentional about doing that. So I've literally just spent all morning with God, prayed, did some Bible study, wrote out my journal, just different things I'm praying about. So, yeah, I will show you. So, one of my girlfriends at church, she was like, have you tried diatomaceous earth? And I was like, no, girl, what is that? And we were talking about different cleanses and cleaners because I am all for cleaning out your system, cleaning out your gut, cleaning out your intestines, especially cleaning out your intestines. And when I was a baby, when I was 6 months old, my intestines came out in my diaper. So I don't know if that has anything to do with my issues, my stomach issues. But my mom called my doctor. She was like, "Look, my child is tripping. Something's happening." They were like, "She's just colic. Give her a little whatever. Blah blah blah. She gonna be all right." Now my grandma, my dad's mom, she's a nurse, and so she was like, "Nah, something's wrong." And so my mom went to go change my diaper, and my intestines were inside the diaper. Right. Okay. And so my mom and they put them back in, did enema, whatever. Long story short, I don't know if that's why I have issues with my intestines. Who knows if they're scrambled up in there wrong? I don't know. Who knows? But I just I like to do things that will keep my intestines clean, keep my colon clean, keep my insides clean. Because a lot of things that we drink, a lot of things that we eat, most of the things when we eat, it creates mucus, and we have so much mucus that sits inside of our body. 2 tablespoons of vigor with the mother, and yes, I have that with the mother. Bobby turmeric, pepper. Yes, so I do that too. See, that's what I'm talking about today. I have turmeric too. And so what I do first is the diatomaceous earth. And so I put this. I do it twice a day. You can do it once a day. You can do it twice a day. Some people do half teaspoon twice a day. Some people do 1 teaspoon. I do 1 tablespoon twice a day. And so it looks like this. It's just white powder. Be careful not to breathe it in though. And make sure it's the food grade one, guys, because this is what they sell at like the hardware store. So make sure it's the food grade kind. And so I just do a tablespoon. I like how it tastes because I love the smell of like cleaner and like detergent. Like I really love the smell of those things. And so to me, I feel like this smells like some type of cleaner that's safe to drink. I know that sounds crazy because I'll never like drink dish liquid, but you know, and it looks like this. Whoops, that's a little bit too much water, but that's all right because I was talking. I usually put the water to like here. It's fine. And I just drink it. And yeah, so it does make you go to the bathroom, guys. So, but you have to drink a lot of water because if you don't drink enough water, it will also solidify in your stomach. So that's why last night when I drank this before I went to bed, and then I drank a big old one of these. You can see this is a 16, this is a 32. I drank a big old one of these, and so as soon as I woke up, I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. Oh, the phone's ringing. Who's calling the house? Nobody calls the house. And so yeah, it tastes like, I want to say like a powdered detergent, which probably won't be fun. This is what I gave my goats and chickens. Yeah, exactly. People give this to their animals because it kills parasites. So it dries up and helps the parasites to come out of your body. So a lot of people do give it to their animals. They put it on their animals for like fleas and ticks and stuff like that, because that's another thing with our health. A lot of times we aren't like, we'll be eating well. Like I was eating well, I was doing better. I was on this crazy like vegan diet at one point for like a month. I was angry, I was cranky because I couldn't eat anything, but I had parasites in my body and I had to get rid of them. Yeah, see, I'm trying to keep the Sabbath too because I'm just like, we be running and we rushing. Like I know during the week I spend time with God, but not like I did this morning. Like I had to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to do what I did today with God, which I probably need to be doing. But yeah, I need to get my life, my whole life with that. Um, yeah, so I noticed that I had parasites in my belly. You guys, he had me on this parasite stuff, this cleanser. Like, I'll grab it. I think it's right here. Ah. Yeah. Ah. Whoops. I just knocked my can of beans. But this parasite, this was the doctor that I went to. This was the parasite cleanse. So I was taking these. That's what happened left. I was taking those and following the diet he had me on, which was like nothing, like eat nothing. And it literally, like, it was I could see them in the toilet, like parasites in the toilet. And my sister, she was like, take a picture. I was like, that's nasty. But it was so gross. But parasites, mucus, all those things are stuck in our intestines, and that is what keeps us sick. That is what keeps us unhealthy. So we could take all these medications and like put a band-aid over the problem, but we don't get to the root of the problem because we're not getting rid of the crap that's in us. I also did this thing called a blood flush that Chef Mamarosa does. It's like coconut water like all day. No, like half a day. And then the last batch you mix in some like super green food powder. You guys, sorry, this is a TMI. I should have warned you. It's a TMI video. I went to the bathroom a lot. And then one time I thought I was just going to pee. And I went to go sit in the toilet and just like mucus came out of my colon. Right. That's nasty. But that's the stuff that's sitting. That's from bread. That's from dairy. Like all the processed food. I don't really eat processed foods anymore. I don't. I don't even eat it at all. But processed foods. I love bread, y'all. I love cheese. I love sour cream. I love all of that. I haven't tried vegan sour cream yet. I heard it's actually pretty tasty. But I haven't tried it yet. And so another thing I do is nope, this is cumin, but cumin too. Oh, turmeric, herbal fiber blend for 3 months. Ooh, how was that one? What did it do? Did you see stuff in the toilet? Like, did you see like little things? The guy that I went to, the holistic doctor I went to, he said that this lady he said that this lady saw something in her toilet and it started moving and it traumatized her. Like she had to go to therapy because there was something moving in her toilet. That's scary. So yes, I do turmeric too. I put it on everything. Like last night, my I started too. I made my potatoes and I put turmeric on them. I forgot to put basil on them, which it was right there, and I just forgot to put the basil on. But turmeric, and make sure when you do use turmeric, like Sandra said, make sure you put like a black pepper or a cayenne pepper because it activates it. And then like a fat activates it. So I put some coconut oil, which is why I don't get like vegans are like, don't use oil. Don't, they have like picket signs about not using oil, which I ain't there yet. But I do coconut oil, turmeric, some garlic, some ginger, and I'll make like a tea. I made a video about that. I make a big old thing. Sorry, I haven't done it. Oh yeah, after 6 weeks, it was time. Everywhere you go, in the toilet. Right? That's so gross. But that stuff is in us, y'all. And like, if you, especially if you eat meat, you definitely got some parasites. You got some stuff up in your stomach. Like, you got some stuff up in there. Even if you eat healthy, like, it's just a natural thing. We just have them in our bodies. That's why people get sick. It's why people, will be healthy, healthy, healthy. I eat healthy. I do this. But they're not properly cleansing. Then you're going to just have all that crap just, building up. Especially, I've been eating meat my whole life. 30, how old am I? 39. 38 years of my life. I've been eating meat, and I've tried to be vegan or vegetarian on and off, and it just never worked. But I also wasn't properly prepared. Like, when you go vegan, you can't just decide one day, like, I'm gonna be vegan tomorrow. Like, you have to prepare. You got to make a list. You got to do your research. You got to find your people on YouTube that you can find and look. Because when I start to fall off the boat, I watch Ellen Fisher, Soup to the Soul. I watch Ellen's friend. What's her name? I can't think of her name. Especially if you eat pork, girl, yeah. And I don't buy pork. I never bought pork, but if I was out and there was some pork bacon available, oh, I was eating it. Like, for sure, I was eating me some pork because look here, a slice of pork bacon is tasty, but it's so bad for you. Oh my gosh. When my mom was younger, she had stopped eating pork. So her and my dad were like Hebrew Israelites for like a minute. And they didn't eat pork, and they my dad's still a vegan, like to this day. And they just, I didn't eat pork, and then my mom noticed that when she stopped eating pork, her migraines went away, and so she's never had pork since. Like my mom to this day will not eat pork. Like she eats meat again, but she will not eat pork, because it's just not good for you. So tasty though. Like some pork bacon and some pancakes. Man, listen, it's delicious. I need to go try that TTLA. Have you guys seen Tabitha Brown? The TTLA. That's my homegirl. And I'm so happy. I really need Whole Foods to pay her. She needs a paycheck. But I'm maybe I'll go do it today or tomorrow and go try the. I couldn't do it when she first started because I was fasting and I couldn't have any bread in my fast. Um, but yeah. Oh, turmeric. So the turmeric, garlic, ginger. I'll put the link to my other video where I made like a big one and I'll like put it in here and then I'll just take some out every day and just heat it up and just heat a little bit up and just take a teaspoon and I wait a little while. So like I'll drink this because I noticed the other day I was at work and I drank my Diatomaceous and I made some tea too quickly after and I got kind of nauseous. So like get this in your system, let it settle for a little bit, like let it sit in your stuff in your system, and then I drink some water after it and I let it sit for a minute because the other day I was like, Lord, I'm trying to kill yourself at work because I was not feeling well for a couple minutes. Sorry. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, so it's just important that we really understand like our bodies and our health. And if you do go to a holistic doctor, my friend is going to one. I know me, like, because I'm a Christian, and so a lot of holistic doctors do other spiritual stuff that I just. So be careful if you are gonna go to one because sometimes they be doing some hooky pooky hokey pokey stuff. I'm like, nah, I ain't down with that. But the guy that I went to, he was cool. But I couldn't deal with that diet he had me on. Like, I haven't mastered black rice yet. It's just not good. One of my girlfriends has. I haven't. I'm gonna try again. I have some in the cabinet. I just haven't tried it again. Um, but in the morning, like making sure like the first thing you put in your body is like good stuff and like um, really well balanced. Because if your body is more alkaline than acid, disease can't live in your body. Like it feeds on the acid. It feeds on the crap. Like it feeds on sugar. I love sugar. I love Hostess cupcakes so much. I love Kit Kats. I love Butterfinger. Like I love sugar so much. But parasites feed on sugar. Like they love it. They love sugar. They love bread. Bread breaks down the sugar, right? I don't know. I think it does. But they love that crap and they just feed off of it. So, especially if you are doing like diatomaceous earth or something like that, black rice. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I'll mix the rice, like make like a dirty rice, like mix it with other rices. Does that make sense? Other rice. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. That might work because yes, half and half the turmeric and the pepper because the pepper activates the turmeric and then the fatty ass the fatty fat the good fat activates the turmeric. So I'll put turmeric in my tea with some coconut oil, and then or I'll put my turmeric in my guacamole. So I'll put it with I mix it with my avocado because that's a good fat for you to mix it with. Um, because it's turmeric is good for inflammation. So it with blood pressure, your arteries are inflamed. They're clogged, they're inflamed, whatever it is. The turmeric helps to decrease that inflammation. Cause Lord knows, I'm like, God, I've had high blood pressure since my early 20s. Like I failed a life insurance test when I was like 22, and they were like, yeah, nah, bruh. They're like, your creatinine levels are high, which is your kidneys. And so your kidneys and your heart, oh, your kidneys and your heart, your kidneys and your heart, they function together. So if one begins to go, the other one begins to go. So a lot of times, like my doctor has me on heart and kidney medication so that they can increase. So that's another reason why I drink a lot of water. So I'm like constantly flushing out my kidneys and putting good stuff in there that will filter through my kidneys that will make sure that they are working properly. Um, because I'm too young for that. I wish I would have been more proactive in my early 20s when I was only pre-hypertensive, because before it turned into full-blown high blood pressure. Because I probably would not be on blood pressure medication now if I would listen to my dad, because he's been trying to get me to be on a vegan diet since I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. I was like, ain't nobody doing that. And I was like, well, I need you to cook every day, because when he cooks vegan stuff, it's good. Like when my mom was pregnant with me, she only gained 18 pounds. Like they thought I was gonna be like malnutrition and underweight, and so they were in Atlanta, and they left and went back to Connecticut. Actually, no water. Yes, no, I don't drink water out of plastic bottles. If I do drink water out of plastic bottles, I make sure they're GPA, BPA free. I have this, and like I fill up my mason jars with water, and then at work we have a filtration system that you can just, there's like a big thing, you just press it, and I bring these to work with me so that I can fill them up. So yeah, I don't really do plastic unless I'm like out thank you. Unless I'm like really out somewhere and like I just need some water, and then I'll buy like Essentia, which is alkaline water, or like Fiji water if I really have to. But I do make sure the bottle does say BPA free. That's what I'm about. The Trader Joe's alkaline water doesn't say BPA free on on their plastic, and I was like, I don't know about that. I don't think I'm gonna be getting that one. Um, what was I saying? Oh, my parents. Yeah, so they were in Atlanta, and they ended up going back to Connecticut for me to be born at Yale, because the doctor in Atlanta was not liking my mother. Because this is back in '78, y'all. Trying to be a vegan, they're like, you need meat, you need some chicken, you need some beef to make sure the baby's gonna be healthy. You need your protein. You can get all your protein from your veggies, guys. Like literally, I was doing a chronometer. That's what I was saying before too. The people that I watch to keep me focused and keep me on track. I have my families on YouTube, so when I get off the wagon, I just watch them, and then they inspire me again. But anyway, you can get all of your veggies, your protein from your veggies. Like when someone asks me like, "How you getting your protein?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm getting my protein from where your protein gets its protein. They get their protein from veggies, from grass, from from greens. So we can get our veggies from the same place. You know what I'm saying?" So I was doing the chronometer, and I was keeping track of my what's it called? What I eat. I just put it in the chronometer, and it tells you how much you've had for the day. And I had way over the protein that I even needed just from me making my giant smoothie. So I'll make my smoothies. I'll put kale, I'll put celery, I'll put spinach, I'll put some mango, some pineapple. This time of year I get frozen because the fresh just, I got some fresh strawberries the other day and they were disgusting. Um, I don't know. So my mom and I both, we get like the frozen kind. So I do have her. She's still eating meat, but I do have her making smoothies every day. So now I put spinach. She don't do the kale though. She's not, her palate. She's not feeling the kale. But I do kale, spinach, celery, parsley, some carrot if I remember. I always forget to put the carrots in there, just to make sure that it stays. I don't know. You just got to keep our bodies in check, because if our bodies aren't healthy, our minds aren't healthy, our soul, like we can't really get through the day if we don't feel good. And we're constantly like, we're in this situation like now. I know me, like I was in a place where I just constantly didn't feel good. Like my head was always hurting, my back was always hurting, my stomach was always hurting, because just no TMI, like there'll be like days will go by and I'm like, I feel sick. And I'm like, oh, I haven't gone to the bathroom in a couple of days. That's why I feel sick. So this has definitely helped me with that. If you were having issues, because it really just carries everything out. Another thing I do, that I drink, is charcoal. So activated. I keep it in this bag because even though the bag seals up, black charcoal, the coconut one, is so fine that it just gets everywhere. And so I have this one. When I went online the other day, this one was sold out, but there are other brands that you can get. I'll put this in some water. You can make toothpaste out of this. I do that. I'll do like in the morning, you get your coconut oil to do like the mouthwash, the mouth flush. What's it called? Oil pulling. And so make sure you do not swallow it though, guys, please. So you get like a teaspoon, a tablespoon, put in your mouth, and you just swish it around. So what I do is I do while I'm in the shower because it's good for like put it in for like 15-20 minutes. So by the time I put it in my mouth, get my life together, get in the shower, wash, get out, get my life together again, um, and spit it in the trash. Do not spit it in the toilet. If you spit coconut oil down your sink, you will tell your mom to dehydrate the kale. Oh, okay. Cause I do that with my kale sometimes. I'll wash it and like dry it and I'll put it in the oven. I don't have a dehydrator, but I'll put it in the oven and make kale chips. I can do that and then like just sprinkle it on her salads because she does like salads. My mom eats well. She just like well we like snacks. Like, we're both real snacky. We're both snackabellies. So yeah, we just like to snack. Because I mentioned kale and she's like, I'm good. I think my aunt Frances, my great uncle's wife, whenever we were sick, she would make us eat kale. Like she'd cook it and make us eat it when we were sick. So my mom might be traumatized. But yeah, the oil pulling it helps to get toxins out of your body. So and sometimes like I'll floss first, then I'll do the put the stuff in my mouth, swish it around while I'm in the shower, spit it in the trash can, and then you can either make your own toothpaste. You can put this with some coconut oil. I do coconut oil and baking soda. You can add whatever mint, like peppermint, whatever mint you want to it. You can do what's it called? Natural deodorant. You have to do a armpit detox. I did not know that. So the first time I tried to transfer myself to natural deodorant, I don't know what that means, but you know what I'm trying to say. Change to natural deodorant. It failed, and I was trying the Toms, but it failed because I didn't know what I was doing. And so when you put on the I don't know who else, somebody else just left. I was just saying bye to Sandra. Mm-hmm. When you put on the what's it called? When you put on the paste, the deodorant, without cleansing out your body's used to that old deodorant. Your new deodorant is not gonna work properly because you have to clean out that area. So I did a video about that where you have to detox your armpits so that your new deodorant can work. And so now it works because I've detoxed my armpits. But now I need to do it again because I haven't done it in a while. So you do the detox for like a week and you'll see result. You'll see it. Like you can be like you can do the detox and walk around your house and be like, oh, my pits don't smell like anything. My pits don't stink, which is great. But I have burned my underarms, and so that's why I was trying to figure out what I did wrong. And then in researching, I found out that it was because I used too much deodorant, and I should have I should have done the underarm, the armpit detox. Yeah. What was I saying? I think that's it. Those are all my healthy things I do in the morning. Yeah, and then after you do your oil pulling, you make sure you brush your teeth after you do it because it pulls up toxins in your body. Do not swallow it. Do not spit it in your toilet. Do not spit it in your sink because you will clog up. It'll harden and clog up your sink. I also take some coconut oil, like a spoonful. I'll just drink it or I'll just swallow it, put it in your system. Yeah, it's good for you, right? Which is why I don't understand if any vegans follow me, can you please explain to me why you don't use oil? Because, yeah, I don't know. I need I need a little bit of oil in my life. Mm, sorry, and it does. If you don't like grit, the first time I did it, I used some what's it called? I used some um, I put it in orange juice the very first time, and so when I didn't taste it at all. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll try it with water and see what it tastes like. So it is a little bit gritty. So if you don't like a gritty taste or a gritty feel, then don't you probably won't like it. Me, because I'm crazy, and I like the smell of um what's it called? I like the smell of cleaner, which I need to go to Target. So I need some more Lysol for my bathroom. Also with natural products, I tried the 7th generation hand soap in my bathroom and I wasn't really happy with it. Trying to figure out different hand soaps to use or like natural cleaners to use. I know cleaning with all those chemicals isn't good for us either, but I just I I just love how Lysol makes my bathroom smell lemon fresh, lemony fresh, lemony cool, lemony awesome. So yeah, I don't know. Hmm. But yeah, that's all for this morning. So those are my things I do in the morning. As soon as you wake up, you just drink however the half a teaspoon, I mean half a tablespoon. I do it in the morning, I do it at night. And so the diatomaceous earth, make sure you do it an hour before eating or 2 hours after eating. I'll leave a link in the description box, which I read before I call it, before I started drinking the diatomaceous earth. So yeah. So yeah, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not none of that, y'all. I'm just telling y'all what I do to keep myself healthy. So I'm just sharing that knowledge with you because I have seen an improvement in my health. I've noticed that since I stopped eating, like for the fast, for my church fast that I was on, I didn't have any meat, any bread, any sugar. Only sugar I had was if I put some fruit, like some mangoes or whatever, in my smoothie. You guys, my skin has cleared up. I was getting really bad like chest knee and like back knee, and that is clearing up. I have a little bit right now, like one big one, well, not big one on my back right now because my hair has been out. But normally, it's like it just feels. Lord, I got hair. Alrighty then. Sorry guys. So like right here, I normally have like breakouts, and like on my back I was noticing that. Like I don't know what happened when I turned 35, but like my forehead started breaking out really bad, and like my hormones probably just are changing, and it was just really crazy. Like I had to get proactive. That was the only thing that worked on my skin. So now I don't use proactive anymore. I use the second step of the proactive because for some reason the wash and the moisturizer all run out at different times, but I still have a bunch of the second step left because you don't need that much. But yeah, so I'll still use the second step after I use what's it called? After I use my facial. So I use either black soap or I use the Shea Moisture has like a coconut milk soap. I'll use that on my face, or I use Clinique soap on my face. Um, and then I use the second step of the proactive, and then I use this Origins moisturizer for my face. I'll do a video about that too, about my skincare, because my mom used to teach skincare, so I was taught at a very, very, very young age to take care of my skin and how to take care of my skin and what to do to take care of my skin. So I will do a video about that too, with my skincare situation, because it's important to keep our skin healthy, y'all. Walk around looking raggedy and rugged. But what I'm saying is, I've noticed since the change in my diet, since the diatomaceous earth, since not having meat, not having um, sugar and bread in my system, I noticed that like all my chest knee went away, all my back knee went away, my face, like my skin looks brighter. Like I don't have any makeup on right now, just a little bit of eyebrows, so I wouldn't scare y'all all the way. Um, but yeah, I was just like, what, man? My skin's popping, you know? So yeah, hopefully I can keep it together because I really want a cheeseburger. I want to go to Umami and get a cheeseburger. Not triple, a truffle burger with some truffle fries. Because I had the Impossible Burger there, Mm, it was all right. It it was good. I can see like if you hadn't had meat in like a very 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 long time, I could see how it would be delicious to you. But to me, I've I've had a burger within the last year, so that it was it was good. And then the smell of like tofu sometimes it makes me nauseous. It smells like I don't know, it smells like poop sometimes to me. So yeah, that's why I'm not really big on tofu. Which is why I'm a little scared of the TTLA. But I'm gonna go get it. I need to go try it to see what my girls talk about because she loves that thing, and everybody I know who's tasted it loves it too. So I'm gonna go see that. I have so much to do today. I'm gonna dye my hair today. I think I'm gonna make my tracks today for my what's it called? My I want to do like a some curly bangs and a curly something curly Farrah Fawcett looking stuff. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna do that today too. But yeah, I need to get these Sabbath rules down to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I was supposed to cook on my food yesterday for today, which I didn't do. And actually, I cooked. I didn't cook that much last night, but everyone ate what I cooked last night. So I think my son left like 3 potatoes because he didn't want to be the last one to eat, so I had to like clean up the pot. So he left like 3 potatoes on the stove on the pan. Really, Negro? Just eat the last 3 potatoes and throw the foil in the trash. Anyway, um, yeah. So I don't know. What else to do today? Gonna go to Target. Go get some Lysol, my anointed Lysol. I anoint all my stuff in my house, guys. I anoint my Lysol. I anoint my coconut oil. I anoint my son's hair grease. I anoint any oil in this house so that when we use it, it's blessed. So when I clean like the Lysol, I usually use in the bathroom, and so I anoint it. I pray over it. I anoint it, and so when I am cleaning the bathroom, I'm like praying as I clean the bathroom because you know you need to make sure your house is clean naturally and spiritually. So yeah, I know I'm crazy, but I do. That's what I do. So I need to go get some Lysol from the Target. I need something else too from Target. I don't remember something, but I'm gonna go and get what I need and leave. Okay. So yeah, those are my health nuggets. My diatomaceous earth, my turmeric tea, my oil pulling. Those are like my 3 consistents that I do um, every morning, and I'll leave links because I have recipes to my turmeric lemonade that I make. It's actually really yummy. Like it's turmeric, I put lemon. You can put some honey or agave in there. It's really good. So I either drink like a teacup full, or I just drink a little shot and warm it up and just throw it back. And, or if I have like if I make regular tea, I just throw some turmeric in my regular tea and just put it in there. I just try to get as much turmeric in my system as I can, just because it is a natural. I keep losing my words. It's a natural deflamer. What's the word I'm looking for? This is what happens when I'm filming all the time, guys. But I can cut that out and then redo it. It is inflamed, right? What's the other word when your ventricles are swollen? Whatever. It decreases the inflammation of the inside of your body. So that's why I do it. I guess I used to the point where my nail guy was like, "Why are your nails yellow?" I was like, "Sorry, it's my turmeric." And I had to show him on my back on my phone, like turmeric on the back of my phone. I was like, "Sorry, it's an important part of my meal. Like I toss it in my meal every day, and something I eat, I put turmeric in it every day." So yeah, just gotta keep our health in check, y'all. Keep our body in check. I need to start putting a workout a workout regimen in place. That's the one thing I don't do every day. I don't work out every day. That's because I go to bed too late, so I don't wake up early enough in the morning, and then after work, I don't feel like doing anything. And it gets dark so early. I don't have a gym membership anymore, so I work out home or like I walk or run or whatever. I need to start kind of early now. So yeah, I need to start getting up early in the morning to do like even like if it's 10 minutes a day, just to because when I went to my doctor, she was like, "Okay, you've changed your diet. How's your sleep and your exercise?" And I was like, horrible. So, which I'm happy though. I'm happy that she recognizes that me changing my diet is not a thing because my cardiologist, he was like, "You can still eat beef." I'm like, "Dude, you trying to keep me on medicine? Nah, I'm good." He was like, "You can still eat whatever you want," and then he's always trying to like put me on a different medication whenever I go. It was like some hormonal thing he wanted to put me on last time, and I was like, "My pressure's normal. Why are you adding a medication?" Like, don't take whatever your doctors say. Like, they're practicing medicine. My friend was a therapist. She was like, they're practicing. She was like, they're realize the word is called practice. I was like, oh, it's good. It's a good word. Good word. So yeah, don't just take whatever they give you. Like, research it, figure it out. Because um, I just stopped taking. I had my doctor switch one of them because lisinopril people like their and mostly it was something that was happening with African Americans where their lips were swelling and like their faces were getting swollen because of an allergic reaction to lisinopril. And I was like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. So they switched me, and it was giving me like really bad headache. So it was making me feel worse. I was like, I got a headache from my blood pressure. I got a headache from this too. I don't, that's stupid. So yeah, and then what happened? Yeah, so don't just take whatever they give you. It was like he was like, it might be your hormones causing your blood pressure. I'm like, dude, this has been since I could see if it like just happened now, like, because I will be 40 soon, but I've had blood pressure since my 20s. So he does want to do an MRI of my, this area to see if there is some type of blockage or something, which I'm supposed to get that done a couple weeks ago. They haven't called me yet, or they might have called me. I don't know. I'll call them and schedule an appointment. Because if something is blocking, then that might be the cause of my blood pressure. Which, like I said, which is why it's important to keep our intestinal tract clean, y'all. Really? Who's beeping? Because if our intestinal tract isn't clean, then our bodies are not going to be healthy. If our bodies are not more alkaline than acid, then our bodies are not going to be healthy. We have to keep ourselves, we have to govern our body. Like, that's spiritual. Like, governing our bodies is spiritual because we are a temple of the Holy Spirit. So we can just keep putting junk in there and thinking like, oh, it's cool. And even people were like, oh, people ate meat back in the Bible days, and God said anything clean, nothing unclean, and it's clean. Don't call what I call clean unclean. Yes, but guess what? Back in the Bible days, people meat was running free. If you watch, just watch a documentary. I'm not saying watch What the Health. Watch. Oh, I'm gonna find it. This American Life. Is that what it's called? It's a podcast. This American Life. Yeah, it's a podcast. So when I was at Pierce College, I had taken a cinema class, and we were learning about reflective and all the different like types of film, and one of them, I think it was a reflective film. It was about pig pig farming and like just farming in general, and like the way people have to farm these days in order to keep up with the ooh, see, that's why I gotta work out, in order to keep up with the market. And it ended up being about the cameraman, because one of the cameramen ended up becoming a vegan because he was watching the whatchamacallit, um, from watching the pig farming and the way the cows were being treated. Because the pigs, you guys, I forgot. This whole time I'm looking at myself instead of looking at my camera. Sorry. Um, the pigs, the way they're kept, they're like in these little cages, right? They're kept in these cages. The cage is literally the size of their bodies. They get out the cage, and a lot of them die before they even get to the slaughter because they have a heart attack because they've never walked before. They've literally been in that cage since birth and have been groomed to be meat. So if that pig died from like a heart attack and like fright and like being afraid and scared, whatever it is, you're now eating that. You're taking all that in. Back in the day, farming and just the way they raised our meat and the way they slaughtered our meat was so much more um I want to say I want to say user friendly, but that's not the word I want, the phrase I want. It was much more humane. And I know like people go vegan because they just don't want animals to die. That's not my story. I do feel bad when I watch them. Mine is mainly health reasons, but when I did watch that, I'm going to try to find it because they don't have the TV show anymore. They still have the podcast. I love some of my favorite podcasts ever. But they used to have they had a brief stint where they had a TV show. And so we watched that in class, and that was one time I became vegan. But I wasn't prepared. Like I said, you gotta be prepared to do that. You just can't be like, I'm being vegan tomorrow. No, there's a whole preparation that has to happen when you become a vegan. Just mind, body, and refrigerator, okay, or cabinet, whatever you're buying. So yeah, you guys, like the way they keep the meat, the way they keep the cows, it's like they keep them in like these little cages. So that meat is no longer, it's not this running happy-go-lucky free, chickens. They're all, and their chickens are in these coops on top of each other. They're pooping on each other. Like that's what we're eating. We're not eating, even if it says free range, like even that comes with like I forgot what it was. Somebody was like, yeah, even free, you can't even trust a free range because it's like, yeah, they are free to range in this area, like in this box. They're not free to range all over the chicken coop like they used to be. So we have to just be more mindful about where our meat is coming from because it literally like we're literally taking in whatever that is. I saw where they have like cancer in the meat and they cut it out. The way they mass produce the meat, some of the meat is not even really from a real cow or a real pig. So we just really, really, really have to keep in mind that we're ingesting their way they died. We're ingesting the way they felt. We're ingesting them living a life that's like cooped up in a cage. Yeah. So when people try to bring up how the meat was good in the Bible, yeah, the meat was good in the Bible and the meat was fresh. The meat was clean. The meat was from a goat that would be running free and that was killed humanely. Now, you eating meat from a pig that died walking from the cage to the plank. You don't want that. You don't put that in your body. Ugh, it's gross. Disgusting. It's nasty. That's disgusting. So yeah. So my reason for going vegan ish is not to do with the animals. I'm sorry. Um, it's really for health reasons because your health in order for your mind to be spiritually healthy. As long as you to be healthy, period. Spiritually, mentally, physically, like you have to be putting the right things in your body, and it all starts with how you, I know with me it all starts with how I wake up in the morning, because if I wake up in the morning and I'm rushing around, I don't get to do like my normal routine, then I'm eating junk. I'm running to the Arco to grab some snacks. I'm going to get some sugar cookies, the sugar wafers, love them things. Like I'm not eating properly. So I realize like how you start your day, like we're doing this thing, this tithing with a tithing challenge at my church. So it's a 90-day challenge to tithe. And if you already tithe, then you increase your giving. So with me, I already tithe, but I always tithe after taxes. So I'm tithing before taxes. So that's my increase. But that's besides the point. But it's really about the faithful. It's not about the money. And I'm grateful to go to a church that's very open about finances. We had a meeting last week where they're like, look, this is the financial, this is what's happening with our money. This is where it's going. This is where it goes. This is, whatever. So I know that people don't like giving to the church because of all the crooks. He's an engineer. She's got a doctorate. Like I'm not worried about them in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to a church where like at one point they took themselves off of salary, which is out of order from the church, which is really out of order. But they did it just so that we could have money for other things in our church. So I'm very confident with giving to my church, but it's not about that. It's about God. It's about really understanding um, that He gave you your fruit. Like He blessed you with your job. He blessed you with your employment. He blessed you with your business. He blessed you with whatever it is that is giving you your income. So what are you doing with your first 10%? Like the first thing you do with your money, like just 10%. If you can't, if you need your whole 100, if you're not gonna know what to do with the night with the whole 100, if you don't know what to do with the 90, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know how to budget your 90, you're doing the same thing with the other 10%. So you might as well just hand it on over. So, but even with me, the revelation that I've been getting from God is not just giving Him my first fruits of my income, but the first fruits of my life. Like, have you given Him the first fruit? Like in the morning, what's the first thing you're doing when you wake up in the morning? Are you hopping on Instagram? Are you hopping on Facebook? Hopping on Pinterest? Texting somebody you need to be texting? What are you doing with the first 10, whatever, the first 10% of your day, however long your day is going to be? What are you doing with the first 10% of your day? I know for me, I do pray when I first wake up in the morning, but it's really a half sleep. Like, Lord Jesus, thank you for waking me up this morning. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing with the first 10% of our day? Because it really sets the tone for the rest of your day. So, are you getting up on time? With me, I'm not. I ain't getting up at 6 like I'm supposed to and doing what I'm supposed to do. If I be rushing to pray, praying in the shower, doing my coconut flush and praying and washing. That's not my best gift to God. That's not my best. You know what I'm saying? Like He gives us His best daily by waking us up, and we don't give Him our best just by giving over the first 10% of our day. We're so worried. We're stressed about work. We're stressed about meeting quotas. We're stressed about people we don't like at our job. We're stressed about getting there on time. We're stressed about traffic. We're stressed about so many things that would be eradicated if we just gave Him the first 10% of our day. So, yeah. So with my challenge to increase my giving to before taxes as opposed to after is to increase the tithe of my life, like my best gift to God, like spending time with Him, because my love language is quality time. My second one, that's right after love language, is acts of service. So that's why, like, people apologize to me and say like I'm sorry. Words is my last one. So I don't need you to say I'm sorry. I need to see something different. Like I need to see action. You know what I mean? But with God, my love language is quality time. And so what does He want with me? He wants my quality time. He wants to spend time with me. And then what does He want? He wants to see my action. Like, okay, daughter, I told you what to do. Are you gonna do it? He speaks to you the way you receive love. That's what God likes to do. Like that's just a revelation I've gotten. So yeah, that's me with my what's it called? Yeah, just with God and with getting my life together. If we're not giving Him the first 10% of all of our fruit, not just our money, which we need to, but because that's a trust thing. Like I can't give you 10% because I don't know where my next 90's coming from. And God's like, if you just trusted me with that 10, I will give you more than you need. I will give your 90 is gonna be above and beyond what you need if you just trust me with that 10%. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just being more faithful because look, afterlife, actor, not after, actor life is working consistently for weeks on a show and then not. So you're like, you know what I mean? So, but just me trusting Him. And so I'm believing at the end of this challenge that God is going to blow my mind for me being faithful to Him. He's going to blow everyone's mind for being faithful. And it's not oh, if you don't give, you're going to be cursed. Because my pastor, she's preached that before. It was funny. Years ago, she preached about that. And she preached about not having to tithe, and that if you weren't going to tithe, that you were not going to be shunned, or like God's not gonna curse you. And do you know that tithes went down dramatically? Like tithing went down dramatically because people were only tithing because um, people were only tithing because they thought that God was going to do something bad to them, and that's not the reason why you do it. You tithe because you love God. Like, where is your heart? Where is your heart? Like, where is your heart? Why are you not tithing? Why are you not giving God the first fruits of your life, in your tithing, in your giving, in your time with Him, and just being who He's called you to be? Like, what are we doing? Like, how are we going to do that? I always say, be who God's called you to be. Walk in your calling. Walk boldly in your calling. If you guys watch my video, you know I say that all the time. But how are we going to do that if we're not giving Him the first fruits of our day? If we want sleep more than we want God. If we want, you know, Instagram more than we want God. If we want Facebook, if we want Twitter, if we want Pinterest, whatever it is, whatever your thing is, if we want that more than God, then how do we expect Him to just give us what we need or what we want? Because God wants to bless us. He wants to give us things. He likes to give us good gifts. But He can't give us good gifts if He can't trust us with it. If He is going to give us something and we're just going to be like, thanks, God, and run away from Him, no, He's going to put us in a place where we have to stay on our face and we have to stay on our knees. Because if once we get our thing we want and He knows you're just going to run away from Him, you're not going to alcohol, fast food, whatever it is. Just be mindful. And I'm not saying don't ever eat meat, because if that's not your story, that's not your story. Because I don't like, I will never eat a fast food burger, which is, I don't know. I'm like, Lord, I just want a McDonald's commercial, but then I probably got to eat a McDonald's burger. But like, if I do eat meat, it's like I make sure it's like a restaurant burger, like Ruth's Chris steak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not eating McRib. Sorry for you McRib lovers. Never had one and never want one. But yeah, so just let's be mindful about our bodies, our temples, our our minds, because when we're not eating right, we know it's like our minds are foggy, our minds are cloudy, our minds are not, you know, we can't take in the things, and we can't properly absorb the nutrients from our food because we got so much crap. And that's what the parasites do. They take all of our, they steal. They come to steal, kill, and destroy, Lord. They take all the nutrients. So that's what was happening with me when I had when I first knew I had parasites. Is the doctor was like, well, you change your diet and you're not getting better because the parasites are taking all the good food. And I was like, oh, so that's why I had to get rid of them, get them out of my system. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. I need to go to Target. I need to eat. I'm hungry now. It's been about oh wow, I've been here with an hour with y'all. Hey, thanks for hanging with me. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm hungry. I need to go because if you see my kitchen before, you know this is usually filled with fruit. Mother Hubbard's cupboard is bare. So I need to go to Sprouts. I need to go to Target. I need to dye my grays today. I don't know. I'm just gonna. It's the first Saturday where I haven't had anything to do. So I'm just trying to. I mean, as far as like going somewhere, not anything to do, but like going somewhere. I need to set up stuff for my what's it called? My website. I need to do that. Figure that out. Do some more work for my book, for my publishing company. That's what I do. I need to go get a PO box because for my publishing company, I need an address, and I'm not using my home address. So I'm gonna get a PO box. And there's just one PO box place that has actual physical addresses, so you can use it for that. So because normally you can't use PO box or stuff like that for like real paperwork. So, yeah. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging with me this morning or this afternoon. Um, keep your body right. Keep it tight. Well, I need to keep it tight too. I need to work out. But keep your body right. Keep the junk away. And yeah, I don't know why. I know it's on the playback of the live. It's like fuzzy. It's really weird. But I don't know. So I want to do a makeup tutorial, but I don't want to do it if it's gonna be fuzzy. I might just film it and then just post it. I want to do it live. So people could ask questions and stuff, but I don't know why. It's someone can explain that to me too. Why the live replay is fuzzy. So I'm gonna make something to eat. I don't know what. Maybe some veggie pasta. Some. I don't know. I don't know if there's any beans and rice left. Maybe I have some of that. And my 3 potatoes that Christian didn't eat once he ate them before he went to sleep. So yeah. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.